It is party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show here in the Mothership, which is Studio 22. It is a free-for-all Thursday. Last call is what we call it. Oh, my gosh, the Puppet Master Mark driving us into the nether regions of all things chaotic, crazy, wild, and frenzied. And, of course, Candice, the Queen of the Ethiopians, is there with a conscience to keep us back on track. Herbert the Silent Deer with the face of shock he made the night the truck hit him. Kentucky Kyle is in the house. Calm down, Kentucky.
He's so rowdy.
I heard he overtook the show yesterday in my absence and just nailed it.
Well, he brings a lot of oomph. There's a lot of oomph there, but
everybody can handle it all.
He's pretty. This is a very pretty show. I was Party Foul Steve. I went to one of our cigar bars the other day, and one of the guys who manages it, he said, "Just let me know when you need some cigars for the show." And I said, "Oh, we're ready.
We need them now.
We like cigars. We'll pimp them." And he goes, "Why don't you ever bring Candice in to the cigar bar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like Jesus would come back first, probably before A, she'd come in here, and 2, I'd bring her in here."
Candice.
So,
That's
what he said. "Why don't you bring Candice in the cigar bar sometime?" And then he pulled out one of these. He goes, I never knew an Aztec could blush, but she's doing it. God bless you, Candice. I love you, darling. We are a pretty show. Lisa Page, if Lisa Page made me do it.
Don't these glasses bring up my eyes?
Can you see me?
Dude, they're so foggy.
I know.
They're so
dirty.
foggy.
They're dirty. I can't function if I'm wearing contact lenses. So people kept asking me why I was with the glasses early in the week and all last week, because I finally ran out of contact lenses. Now, let me tell you, I use contact lenses until they're like cut in half and ripping my eyeballs open. I mean, these are disposable contacts, but I wear them out. I wear them out.
You're supposed to, though, take them
out
you're every
supposed
night?
To. Yeah, I think I get like 6 months supply of them, so I can go for like
2 years.
a millennia.
Yeah.
And I've gotten more blind, right? Because I read so much, and then you bring on the phone and do all that, and that hurts your eyes. And I've gotten to that point now. Next week I'll be 48 years old. I think next week I'll be 48 years old. And you just suddenly you wake up, Steve. You know?
Yeah. But 47th birthday, I woke up. I couldn't see my phone anymore.
Couldn't read.
It was literally overnight.
So I gotta have the readers. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go get some regular frames, like my glasses frames, and have them put reader lenses in there.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Because these are so uncomfortable and they don't fit your face or anything like that. So those will be just something more expensive I can lose.
Good, great.
Because these right here, I think Steve and I get like a dozen pair of readers off of a website to be named later. For we get like 12 pair for what, $1.50?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And
$10.
I usually buy a couple of those, and I've got glasses in every room in the house, every table.
Yeah.
And usually they all end up in the car.
They do.
Y'all sound like my parents.
I lose them.
With all the readers everywhere.
And I'm at that point. I'm honestly at that point where the readers will be on my head.
Yeah.
And I'm looking everywhere for them, or I'm looking through them.
I was going to say I've had them on, and I start looking for them.
Steve tries to drive in his readers.
Yeah,
like that's how much he wants.
It just doesn't work.
And I lost a pair right there.
I say, like when I'm eating and I'm wearing them, either I can eat and see my food, or I can take them off. I have to take them off to watch TV. It's either
or. Yeah.
It's either or.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Hey, put those glasses back on, girl.
So I now understand why people, the old men wear it on the end of their nose, so they can look over the top of them.
Oh yeah. We're blind. That's the point. But I went this week and got a pair of sample contact lenses because my prescription's expired.
Yeah.
So I think it expired in 2008. So no, I go every year. I have to, but I've got to go. I made an appointment to go because I'm just so freaking blind. And this is compelling television for you guys. Take care of yourselves. That's all I'm telling you.
People want to know.
Yeah.
About the readers.
So I had to wear glasses. I was out of contact lenses. And then when I'm wearing contact lenses, I have to use the readers because I can't see up close. And that's a frustrating thing.
Yeah,
to recognize your own mortality, that it is the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Everything in motion falls apart. and gets flaccid, and it just doesn't work anymore.
Remember when we were in school and little, and there'd be that one kid in class that wore glasses? You made fun of him and called him Four Eyes and all that kind of stuff. No, I didn't wear glasses.
No, you made fun of him.
Yeah,
I befriended him.
Oh, okay, probably so.
I took up for those that Steve was bullying. I
didn't bully anyone
because I have a big heart like Christ.
So sweet.
And Candace is rolling her eyes. Hey guys, the holidays are coming up. I don't know if you realize this or not. Christmas, it's one of the favorite times of the year. Got a perfect gift for the tactical gear lover in your life. It's called TacPack. You've heard me talk about it. It's the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical prepper, and Second Amendment enthusiasts. So for just $49.95 a month, you're going to get at least $100 worth of gear from different companies like 511, Sons of Liberty, Gunworks, Mission First Tactical, Armaspec, and a whole lot more that I can't list. Every month they're going to send you out AR-15 parts. If you're building your own rifle, they're going to send you accessories, everyday carry tools, knives, and other gear to keep you prepared for when the poo-poo hits the fan, and it's all been smearing on the walls all year long with no end in sight, folks. Probably going to get worse. They just unveiled their December pack, which has one of the coolest gunsmithing tools on the market. You need it, and they got multiple American-made parts and accessories available. The packs sell out early, so I want you to sign up for the December pack ASAP. Use the promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, at checkout to receive an extra bag of tactical goodies shipped out with your first pack absolutely free. Go to TacPack.com. That's TACPack.com. Offer code CHAD. Y'all hang tight. Be right back. Alexei de Tocqueville said that, I probably slaughter his name every time I say it, but he said that, America is a great nation because people are good, and America's good to the degree that it stops being good. I'm paraphrasing, of course, then America won't be good anymore. Do you think people are still good in their heart in this country? I mean, do you think that by and large, the majority of people here are still good? Or are we seeing a true decline in civilization? That's heavy stuff to think about.
Yeah. I read somewhere, or I heard something today. It was on one of the news channels. They were saying that 64% of Americans, now who knows? Because you can't believe fake news.
Not 65.
Not 65. 64% of Americans are trying to intentionally do something nice or kind for somebody else every day. Mm-hmm. I would like to think it's true.
Yeah.
Like what happened to the days where you'd pay for the person's drink behind you at the drive-through Starbucks or whatever?
I still see that. We see that happen every now and then.
Yeah.
It happens.
We still do it.
Yeah.
And we did. Steve and I, we've been out on the road, and Kyle, people still hold the door open for you. You don't walk into a restaurant and start picking out people's politics and things like that. That's why I want people to separate that social media world and that mainstream media world from what you truly experience. Now, it is getting worse. We're starting to see it carry over into everyday living through things like people that are barking at each other over the masks and the social distancing, and they give you the stink eye if you get up to go to the bathroom and you didn't wrap your face in a diaper. That's starting to break down, in my opinion, the fiber of people's decency.
Yes.
In a big way.
Yes.
And I want folks to be careful with that, because let's just face it, these Machiavellian trolls who are out there who have such a self-importance, but yet such a lack of self-worth, who need to go on and just stir crap up with everybody. I told you guys yesterday, somebody said, you got to quit attacking people, attack issues. No, I make fun of people. That's my job.
That's why I like open carry in Texas. They don't mess with you.
They won't say anything about
not
wearing a mask if you're showing your gun. Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of
it's so funny.
Keep on walking.
Maybe I need to start doing that because I got grilled last week, the night before Thanksgiving. We were at Walmart.
Hang your mask on
my gun holster.
On your gun holster.
Yes.
Oh yeah, let me reach over here and get it.
Yeah, let me get it.
You know what's funny is we went from talking about people's decency to brandishing firearms. I love the evolution of society that's happening right here in the microcosm, which is Studio 22.
I think it's no worse or no better than it
No,
always has been.
I think it's worse because this mask mandate is now giving people an excuse to feel powerful for that moment and shame people like me that don't want to wear a mask and embarrass and just say hurtful things. And obviously,
where
you
are
see
you
it
going
so
that
much.
they're saying things to you?
Only one place. And I've been prepared for this confrontation for a while now because I haven't been wearing a mask forever. And last week we were at, the night before Thanksgiving, we were at Walmart and the kids were with me and Stu was down the next aisle and I could see an older man and I knew he was going to say something to me because he was looking at my kids and looking at me like you're the mother. Why are these kids without masks? And he did finally say something to me and he goes, oh, everybody else but you? And I said, oh, sir, I've already had, I'm immune. And he goes, you've had Corona? I said, yes. Well, what about your kids? I go, they've had them too. And I said, plus they're under 10. They don't have to wear a mask. And he started running his mouth and it was a big scene. People were in the aisles. It was right before Thanksgiving. So everyone's getting their last minute stuff. And I just said, sir, have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And I took my kids and I rounded the corner.
Then I took my foot and drove his balls up into his throat.
Freaking kicked him in the balls. Kicked him in the balls.
Right in the balls.
That's what I really wanted to do.
You're such a Yankee.
But look he's older. He looked like he was in his late 60s, early 70s. If you're that scared, don't come out the night before Thanksgiving at 8 p.m. where everybody's at the Walmarts getting their stuffing.
As soon as he said everybody but you should have said, you damn right.
Well, I said, I don't need to wear it. He goes, why? I go, I had the virus. I had the antibodies. And I love the people that say, well, you can get it again. There's been like 4 people on record. And this is direct quotes from Stu because he is our COVID stat master.
Oh, yeah.
Literally 4 people on record that have had COVID a second time. And they've all been way older than me. And they've all had underlying conditions. I'm in perfect form.
You let me know when COVID catches up with how many people the flu has killed.
I can't.
But flu doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, no, I didn't even get my flu shot this year because I usually do. I'm like, I had COVID. I don't think I need it. I had COVID. I don't think I need it.
It's only 30% effective anyway.
I don't know. I only started getting it because when I was pregnant. When you're pregnant, you got to get the flu shots.
Yeah.
So I carried it over. But yeah, I do think, though, that this whole mask mandate has brought out the meanness in people that need to feel validated, that are easily offended and they want the attention and they want to cause a scene, good or bad, and they want to redirect the attention back to them so they can look like they're high and mighty and preaching and being the better person.
You could say the same thing about the people that don't wear a mask. They're looking for confrontation. They're looking, because I'm kind of, when I don't wear a mask into Sam's or wherever, I'm waiting on somebody like that
anticipating
to come
it.
Talk to me.
You guys realize that wearing masks in society and as an expression and as a sign has its roots in paganism.
I feel like I'm on The Handmaid's Tale wearing it when I have to wear it, you know? But I went to Whole Foods. We were talking about that last night. I went to Whole Foods a couple weeks ago and I didn't have a mask on and no one said anything to me.
Right.
And I just think it depends on where you're going. But also the fact that so many people really like, Stu doesn't have a problem wearing a mask. He's like, I know you have a problem. I don't really have a problem. Like, I do have a problem with it because it messes with my makeup and I don't like that I can't see people. I don't like that I can't smile.
I have a problem with people that have a problem for me not wearing it.
There we go.
But there's way more of us who aren't wearing the masks than there are of people wearing the masks.
I got a problem with the people who have a problem with me having a problem about them having a problem with masks.
That's
basically
exactly what I was saying.
What you were saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not that guy in the store's job to come having, other people in society just trying to,
Well, I just know that the statistics are overwhelming of small businesses that are getting shut down, having to go out of business. Walmart's not going to go out of business. Right? Yeah. Walmart's going to be just fine. But
no, they're starting a new service coming up, just like Amazon Prime.
Okay, well, let's talk about Amazon for a minute, because that was where I was headed with that. Is we're going to get to a point where there's going to be a vast, overwhelming monopoly that's going to be there by guys like Amazon and Walmart and these big box stores. That you have got to go online, you got to do your shopping, everything's got to be right there. It is completely destroying the idea of community, and they're doing it in the name of taking care of the community. See, that's the farcical aspect of it that's so deceptive, is we need each other. right? We need community. People are designed to be social beings. We're designed to have touch. That's why we hug. That's why we shake hands. That's why we kiss. That's why we make love. That's why we have sex. That's why we hook up. That's why we do all these things.
It feels good.
Everybody, but you like physical touch. People, if you don't like physical touch, then typically there is a problem psychologically with you. But people enjoy that. I could go deeper and deeper into this concept, but the idea of being close to somebody, you see somebody, you share a sign of affection. That's being eradicated. Now it's a fist bump or an elbow bump or just a kind of a wave or an air bump or that kind of thing. And that's not the way people are designed to be. So that right there is going to frustrate people. So then you're going to have people who, as some headlines have come out and talked about, these COVID spikes in places where people are just tired of being isolated. They're tired of being alone. And they're like, screw it, throw caution to the wind. I'm just going to go out and be with people. And then they forget and they don't take any precautions with anything. But I'm tired of these people who think they are so intellectually elite preaching at everybody because suddenly now they're a virologist or an epidemiologist or one of these infectious disease doctors, and it's like, just shut up. Shut up. Just because you read something online. The CDC and the World Health Organization websites both say that masks virtually don't work. Just go check it out. They don't work. They don't work.
If anything, if they work a little bit, it slows down herd immunity.
It stops. Well, they work in that they stop the droplets. Okay, stop it with the droplets. So if I'm spitting on people or sneezing on somebody or squirting my beer between my teeth and just getting everybody wet like that, that's I can't do that with a mask on.
Right.
But did you see Texas A&M? Their band was wearing masks that had holes in it so they could play their instruments through the whole deal.
Ridiculous.
I mean, why are you wearing a freaking mask?
Stupidity.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And if I can social distance, then why should you worry about my mask? Here's a guy who's going to come down and spray his germs all over you and your kids, confronting you, because he's social distanced. He's far enough away from you, but he had to come up and charge you with murder. Face to face, and you guys had to have an altercation. So he actually entered into a danger zone, apparently, of you not having the mask. And so he was willing to literally, in his mind, risk his life to come lecture you. These people are stupid. Right. I mean, it's a mindset that's absurd. And again, as like I said last week or earlier in the week, I don't remember, but if I'm standing at 6 feet tall walking through a restaurant, I got to have a mask because there's COVID up there. But if I sit down in a chair and my head's just, 34 inches off the ground, well, I can take my mask off because COVID doesn't live right there.
Well, and there's also something to be said about personal space, because that's one thing before COVID, I don't like when people are so close to me. There are some people that are just super close talkers. They're just right up in your face.
Sorry.
And I don't like that. I don't need you to be 6 feet away, but I don't need you to be right here. It's like, unless somebody's right here speaking right into your face, that's when the droplets occur. 6 feet, the mask. If the masks work, then why are we social distancing still? If we're social distancing, if that works, the spreading of all of us apart, then why are we wearing masks?
Yeah. Tomorrow night and Saturday night, we'll be in Canyon Lake, Texas. We'll be doing shows. There will be people who will want to come up and take pictures. All right. So we'll do that. And then I'll be like, God, I'm fat and I got to lose weight. I'm not sitting around going, I wonder if that person just spit on me.
Right. No, exactly.
I'm not sitting around worrying about that.
I was going to say, if you're that worried about, did I come in contact with? Stay home.
Exactly.
It's back to your thing.
We've got a couple of friends who found out that someone that they had come in contact with had coronavirus. They found out after the fact, but they knew that one of their children or somebody in the family had it. And this particular couple, they have been upset because they're like, I can't believe they came out in public. I'm like, I promise you 1/3 of the people you come in contact with on a daily basis would probably test positive, especially when you go out into crowds of people like a crowded Walmart or something like that. You're around it. But see, this fear is such a strong currency. And people, the people in power, these elites and the media and these politicians, and especially the local politicians, these mayors, these city council members, and these God, these governors, they know they can use fear to control people. Mm-hmm. They're spending that currency like crazy to get more power. Mm-hmm. And that's the insanity of it.
It's working.
And look, it's taking a toll. Businesses are shutting down. Kids are dumbing down.
Yep.
Because they're not having a sense of community. They're not learning in environments. What have we always said? We said homeschooling kids. Now, I don't believe this. Homeschooling kids, they're just socially backwards. That's not true if you do it right.
Right.
Some of the smartest people on the planet that I know homeschooled.
Right.
You know who was homeschooled? Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake was homeschooled. The boy's a genius. All right? Some of the smartest people on the planet that I know. Some my own children were homeschooled.
I was going to say I raised
Your
a couple
children
of the
were
smartest
homeschooled.
people I know.
You got a daughter sitting over there, is one of the sharpest people I've ever known, and she was homeschooled. And so, in spite of Steve, right? So that's the thing. You got. So to say that. So what are we doing? We're literally starting to emotionally stunt their growth and socially stunt their growth by forcing them to do what? Interact with a computer. Some of the weirdest people on the planet, like your husband, they've interacted with numbers or they've interacted with things like a computer or a keyboard or an instrument. Why do you think artists that play instruments are so awkward when they're around human beings?
Right.
Because they've never interacted with human beings.
Yes.
I'm going to interact with a Built Bar during the break. It's the best tasting protein bar ever. Tasty protein bars. It tastes like a candy bar. They're chocolate, right? Covered in chocolate. You got the nut flavors. You got the nut-free flavors. You got the new white chocolate. They got all these different products that are out there. You got the drink mixes. You got the goo you can squirt in your mouth. It's really good. 100%, baby. Soft and easy to chew. Built Bars are healthy. They're built for the health-conscious person. You can lose or maintain weight while indulging in a delicious treat. The bars are low-calorie, low-sugar, high-protein, high-fiber, all the stuff you need. So I want you to go to BuiltBar.com. Use promo code CHAD. I spell it Chad. Going to get you 20% off your first order. Use promo code CHAD, Chad, for 20% off at BuiltBar.com. Hang tight. Hey, Christmas time's coming up, and during those holidays is when a lot of people gain weight because, my God, the last thing I need to do in 2020 is gain more weight. I got to lose it, but I do have some favorite snacks that you can only get, and if you can get them any other time, I don't want to know about it. But I think now you can get them any other time. Like you just said, Lady Gaga's coming out with her own Oreos.
Yeah, January.
Like, what are they covered in meat? I mean, what is this chick? It's weird. Poker face.
Yeah, that's it. So look for them.
My favorite stuff is the white chocolate covered Oreos.
Those are good.
Oh, my Lord.
OMG.
They're good. I love Oreos anyway, sort of. But I'm not a milk dipper. But the white chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh.
What happened to the diet? Are we not
No, I'm not eating them. I'm not
You're
buying
not
them.
a milk dipper?
No.
With an Oreo?
I don't drink milk. I've never drank
I don't
milk.
either, but that's one of the few times.
Yeah, but
that I
usually
would.
if I'm not eating some type of covered Oreo, I'm just eating the middle out. And I'm such a bad example of my kids because they do the same thing. Just scrape out that cream.
That's your favorite cookie of all time?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I just love that because you can get them at Christmas.
Yeah.
The white chocolate covered Oreos. Well, I mean, technically you start getting them probably around Halloween.
And they have so many types of flavors now. You know, remember last year, every month they were coming out, hitting us with a new flavored
That's what's
Oreo
killing
cream.
us, y'all.
Huh?
That's killing us.
Well,
why
I
we're
don't-
getting fat.
It's called
That's-
balance, Steve.
I just don't eat. I don't eat a lot of sweets as it is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not a big sweets eater, and every now and then you just get the hankering for it.
Yeah.
And
So-
I can't get that hankering around Christmas time because
Really?
my God, they're so good.
I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas.
No, you're not.
How many Oreos are in a portion?
2.
Who eats a portion?
that's what-
A
yeah.
box.
You probably eat
Oh, I
6
could eat a
or
sleeve.
8.
I could pound a sleeve right now.
Could you
Yes. I have been known to do that. Yes, I have.
wash it down with milk?
Yeah. Give
You
me that
drink
almond
milk?
milk. I'll
You
take the
drink
almond
milk?
milk.
You
No.
drink milk? I don't drink milk.
Almonds don't even have teats.
How can you milk an almond?
It's just my
Pretty
kids
much
have no.
anything with nipples. Pretty much anything with nipples. You can.
Yeah.
I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
That's right. Was that Meet the Parents?
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby De Niro.
Now I want some chocolate chip toffee cookies.
Those your favorites?
That's my favorite.
Okay. I like
Homemade.
white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
Wait, here's a little tidbit of info for you guys. Did you know that Pat Gray's wife has a cookie business? And have you tried her cookies?
No.
I think they're called...
You seen Pat?
Pat?
He's probably had a few cookies.
That's messed up.
He's not watching.
Pat's wife's cookies are so good.
Well, we need some of Pat's.
Oh,
Bring them in.
you taste
We'll
the
try 'em
butter,
out.
that first bite. And she
Yeah.
just dropped a peppermint one. I actually tagged Stu on their Instagram. Get me some of those.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and they're huge. They're so big. They're like those double doozies you get at the mall. Oh.
You just had double doozies.
I did just have a double doozy the other
You
night.
just had double doozies at the mall.
And I was like in the car side, like just eating it. I didn't want anybody, not even my daughter, to ask me for one. I just wanted to eat it myself, and I did.
You just had your own little private quiet
Yep.
time over there
That was
with
the
you and
first
your
time I
double
shut
cookie.
up. My husband was like, "Why are you so quiet?" I was like, "Nothing, just double doozy crumbs."
Shut up, Stu.
Those whoopie pies and whoopie pies.
Yeah, I know.
Do you like whoopie pies?
You remind
What's
me
a
of my
whoopie
ex-wife
pie?
right now. She like always wanted to go to the mall and get double doozies and whoopie pies.
Do you go
Yeah.
purge yourself after that? You're like
I do.
that big.
Well, that was like I ate that and then I just didn't eat. I really didn't eat like a big dinner. But I would take sweets over anything. Sometimes I'll just eat ice cream
Really?
for dinner. Yeah.
Hmm.
Balance, guys. Balance.
I don't eat sweets. I
can't
don't eat sweets, but I can tear a potato up. I love me a potato. Not a real big bread eater. Could care less. But let me tell you,
So-
I could have a potato with a side of potatoes.
Any
You're saying
form
like
or
a baked
fashion.
potato with all the loadings of the toppings
Of course,
and all of it?
yeah. Or a French fry, or
Okay.
mashed potatoes,
Okay.
or scallop potatoes,
Hash
or
browns.
or potato.
A potato casserole.
Yeah, sure.
You'll eat anything with a potato.
I love potatoes.
Oh, that's good to know. I had no idea.
I'm Irish.
I'm Irish with my shredded
I'm
potatoes.
really not, but that is my
What about
excuse.
hash browns?
I love hash browns.
Shredded hash browns.
How do you eat them at the Waffle House? You ever go to the Waffle House?
I love the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Smothered,
Yeah.
covered, scattered, and shattered, or whatever they
I don't
say.
care how they make it.
Scatter, smothered, covered,
Yeah.
and peppered, man.
I don't care about
Scatter, peppered, scatter, smothered, peppered, covered, chunked. You can get them. You
All
can
the
get chili
stuff in
on
there.
it. You can get ham in it. You can get all that kind of
See,
stuff.
I'd be down for any of that.
All I want is the cheese and the jalapenos
Ooh,
on there. I think I know where I'm
yes.
going to dinner.
Shoot,
sounds
can I
good.
join?
At the Waffle House.
We have two Waffle Houses within 3 miles of each other.
I don't know, man. I
Well, we're in
love this.
Texas.
Yeah, I go down there and I get that Texas cheesesteak melt. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Chad.
salivating
They know
right now.
Chad by name and order when he walks in
shoot.
there.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Charles, the head cook. He's from Nigeria. He's my boo. Right there on Renfro. He's my man. I got kicked out of some Waffle Houses.
Why?
Stupid.
3 a.m. drunk. Who hadn't been?
See, now if
Me
you're,
and Allison, everybody knows Allison, we're having a fight on the phone one night,
Mm-hmm.
and because we're like brother sister, right? So we were really screaming at each other. This was years ago over the phone, and I was pissed at her, and she was pissed at me. And I didn't realize that one of the Waffle House waitresses was out there having a smoke break. So I guess to her it sounded like I was about to,
go beat her
'cause,
ass.
I was like, Allison, you're being a bitch.
Yeah.
She probably thought I was talking to my wife or something like that, And so we were going at each other. And so then I hung up and didn't think anything about it, right? Because that's how we do.
Right.
And then we went in, and my adult nephew was with me, and I sat down, and that waitress walks up to me, and I didn't even realize. Then I was like, oh yeah, okay, she was out there. And so she goes, what do you want? And I said, well, I ordered, and I said, I'm gonna need some ketchup because I'm gonna put this all over the place. And she was like, it was just being a joke, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, the other waitress walks up and says, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And I said, what? And she goes, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And I'm, for what? She goes, you just threatened us by saying you were gonna put ketchup all over the restaurant. I said, okay, stupid ladies.
Oh my gosh.
You know how much money I spend in this establishment?
Oh, and you do know I'm a comedian with a #1 album.
I mean, this
Hello.
has been a few years ago.
That's
This
okay.
was,
Up and coming.
But this was yeah. Then they were like,
premature.
we're gonna have to ask you to leave or else. And I'm like, let me tell you something. That's like when Kid Rock he went to court over having that fight in the Waffle House, and they were like, were you inebriated? He
Yeah.
goes, has anybody ever been in a Waffle House when they weren't inebriated?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I love me some Waffle House. I was in Russia back in the 90s for 15 days. Waffle Dom, that is Waffle House in Russian. I craved it so bad.
Really?
That even the Muscovites were making fun of me. They were like, "We must come and try this waffeledom." I was like, y'all will hate it because y'all don't have taste buds. Y'all are eating salted fish out of a barrel in the subway.
And potatoes.
What's their version
Yeah,
of a Waffle
potatoes
House?
and vodka. Yeah, I could live there, Moscow. They crack open a new bottle at 7 a.m. sitting out there at the flea market.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
No, they don't care.
What's equivalent to a Waffle House in Russia?
They don't have it.
They don't have it. Like any fast food joints at all?
There was a city official that wanted to treat us to an authentic Russian meal. Mm-hmm. And so he had us over to his house. We poured the vodka. And then he made fish sticks.
What? Seriously?
Yes, he wanted to impress us with American cuisine. We were all fired up. We were like, we're going to go eat borscht or something like that.
It's going to be something we've never had before.
Yeah, we're going to have like a potato and a leek and a raw fish.
Right.
It's sardine. No, we had fish sticks.
I love that. That's amazing.
And I was like, do you have any ketchup? Because I'm going to put this shit all over the place. Have you noticed your hair isn't looking as full as it used to? Yeah, losing your hair sucks. So I want to talk to you about some options. You can go to the doctor for a hair loss treatment prescription. You're going to go to the pharmacy, and they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, and your mouth's going to drop on the floor, and you're going to have to try to avoid going broke, keep from going bald. Or here's a better deal. Go to Keeps.com, and you can get Keeps from the comfort of your own home. Same doctor recommended FDA-approved hair loss treatment, but Keeps offers the generic versions of about half the cost. And another thing you'll love about Keeps, it's all online. So you just answer a few questions, you snap a couple of pictures of your balding head, and a licensed doctor will review your info and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped directly to your door. So why make unnecessary trips to the doctor and drugstore when you can do it all from home? I'm going to get you started with a special deal. Go to Keeps, KEEPS.com/loss for 50% off your first order of Keeps hair loss treatments. That's Keeps.com/loss. Go to Keeps.com/loss. We'll be right back. Poor Kentucky Kyle. He's been here for a week. Normally he flies in, flies out, meets us in a city somewhere in America, and then he's God, those are dirty. But no, he stayed. He stayed. And he hadn't even seen his truck in a week.
Kyle's
don't know if I have a
regretting this
truck
decision
anymore.
so bad.
Yeah. He's like, we should probably go where my truck is and crank it just to let the battery charge up.
We've had a couple of cold nights, Kyle.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. Be all right. Be all right.
Welcome to my life, Kyle.
Yeah.
I needed a good rest.
These people who say,
That's right.
here's the thing. Here's a pet peeve. Like you're wearing the phrase influencer, the word
Which
influencer.
is laughable. It's a joke.
No, it's not. You're an
It is.
influencer.
No.
It's in it. I get it. I get the joke, right? But you are a social media influencer. I do the same. And there are people who say, what y'all do isn't work. And I'm like, then you should be able to do it.
Right. Yeah.
If it's easy, then you should be able to do it.
Uncle Sam says it's work.
Yeah, he
when
sure
you file
does.
Your taxes.
But they say we don't work hard. You guys just get up and you're just messing around with your computer. And I love this phrase, you have too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
You have too much time on your hands. You had to stand in line at the bank, make a deposit. And that's the thing. I've heard that my entire life. Creative people always hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's easy, just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go do it. Everybody should just make money off the internet, man, because it's so easy. It's not hard work at all. And then I love the people who want to tell me how to do social media when they got 37 followers.
Right.
And I'm like, how much money do you make every month off of social media? Oh, I mean, I just help others do that. No, you don't.
That's always what they say.
No, you don't. I'm a consultant. No. Those who cannot teach, definitely that don't work when it comes to the world of social media. Speaking of social media, I'm gonna get over here with Twitterbird for a minute. There he is.
Twitter still exists?
Yeah.
I thought everybody left that.
So we talked about yesterday, talking about the guy. I wish we had that video pulled up. Sit over there, Twitterbird. Talk amongst yourself. But the video of this guy.
Please get away from me right now.
No,
You don't need to come near me.
she has it on her damn hand.
Get away from me.
Male Karens in nut hugger shorts.
Male KKK Karen,
Walk away
right
from me,
there,
sir. Please get away from me.
with that obnoxious shirt. He should
Yeah.
be fired for that shirt.
Like a watermelon with a stem.
You don't care.
Leave me alone.
This guy. I never understand why the
She
gay
should
guys
have
are so
stood her
mad.
ground.
Yeah. So
why is she running away from
maybe
him?
headbutt him.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see how some of them get very harassing. You know what I mean? They can be very annoying. But you're right, Steve. Next time, pull out the gun. So
I
you
didn't
really
say
want to
pull it
go?
out.
You really want to talk to me about a mask?
You don't really want to pull it out, but you know.
You can just show it a little, just beep, beep.
Yeah.
So we've heard, I don't know if you've heard this, but talking about social media, Twitter, of course, has shut down a lot of voices on the conservative side of things. That's a fact. Isaiah Washington, that was on Grey's Anatomy, he's a outspoken black conservative. He messaged me the other day and he goes, "Did you get off Twitter?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Why don't I see your stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. I haven't been seeing your stuff either." Mm-hmm. And so, and Isaiah Washington's a big star. He's a big star. He's a well-known celebrity. Yeah. And so, we've talked about this, or it's been on social media a lot. A lot of conservatives are talking about Section 230. Section 230 is that part in the terms and agreements with like Twitter and all of these other big tech deals. And Trump's talked about getting rid of Section 230, and I want him to, right? Because ultimately, as Trump tweeted out, it's a serious threat to our national security and election integrity. Our country can never be safe and secure if we allow it to stand. Therefore, if the very dangerous and unfair Section 230 is not completely terminated as part of the National Defense Authorization Act, I can't speak. Authorization Act. He's not saying that word right.
I'm trying to say it, but I don't want to mess it up.
Authorization Act. I will be forced to unequivocally veto the bill when sent to the very beautiful Resolute desk. Take back America now. Thank you. And then somebody said, "Make Twitter good again." I don't know when it was ever good. Yeah. But there is definitely a lot of that, and they stand behind that in order to censor. Candace, let me just listen up, guys, those of you watching or listening. Candace came to me earlier today and said, "I have to stop sharing some of the social or the same type of social media clips that we put out," because we'll put like a minute's worth of the show on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and people... It's just to bait you in. It's right. It's just to like.
It's called appointment watching.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you want? What are you saying in this? Well, we pull things out, and you need to watch it in the full context to know what was said. Because I catch a lot of crap. People think that they know what I said in 45 minutes,
right,
when they watched 60 seconds, and we've gotten the edict from on high, basically saying we've got to be careful what we put out there because we don't want to be the reason you get banned from social media. Hence the reason I was in Facebook jail for 3 days, right? And I'll get shut down on Twitter for 24 hours at a time and things like that. And it's all just telling the truth or telling a joke. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what the platforms were made for. Mm-hmm. People can't take a joke anymore. They got to come up with some, little nuance of everything. So those are the kind of things that, and unfortunately it's true, our reach has been limited.
Yeah. And shadow banning is a big thing too. I've gotten a lot of that from people that follow me. They're like, your stories were usually the first I'd see. And now I can't find you unless I type in Lisa Page made me do it. And that's shadow banning, which I just learned about. But you might be following somebody, but if you're starting to notice that their stories are not coming up in your feed as frequently, then they've been shadow banned, and you have to actually type out just to make it a pain and one extra step, and they're hoping that you don't do it because it's just another step.
If I follow somebody and if I put see first, if I make them a priority or I'm a top fan or something like that, then you shouldn't be able to regulate how often I see them.
Right.
But that's exactly what they do.
And that's
it should be my choice.
Right. And that's why they always offer those push notifications, which I don't like personally, because I don't want to be alerted every time somebody likes my picture but a lot of people are now starting to do that because they're missing our stories.
Yeah. I miss my own stories. So that if there's an article that comes out on Political Cowboy that gets posted, or there's something on Blaze.com that gets posted, a lot of times I'm not the administrator who's posting those links. And I'll say, when was this article posted? And it was from last, Tuesday.
Right.
Or something like that. And I'm like, I never saw that. And it would never show up on my timeline or anything. I mean, it used to be you could get on there and everything was in order. Now you can't even read comments in order.
Nope. The algorithm is awful.
Do y'all remember the whole reason we got on Facebook to begin with?
I know why I did, but it was for different reasons.
Farmville.
Oh, Farmville.
Remember that game? That everybody, hey, get on there and play Farmville.
That's definitely not why I got on social media, but or Facebook. It was a sociological experiment for me. But anyway, that's Farmville, huh?
Does that still exist?
I'm sure
there's probably
in
somebody
some
playing
capacity
right
does.
now while
I think
they're
it's a
watching your
dating
show.
app now.
It's trending because you said it.
Yeah, Farmville is now trending. I miss MySpace.
I was on that for a second.
I was never on MySpace. I missed that completely.
I miss Tom.
Remember Periscope was big for a year?
Yeah.
Yep.
That got bought out.
Yep.
Because that was a Twitter subsidiary.
Right.
And they, and then Facebook is going to continue to start doing those little, everything that Twitter's done, Facebook is mirrored. Now Twitter is doing the fleets, which are similar to the Instagram stories.
Yes.
And the Facebook stories, which those just go away, but you can't see the numbers of how many people like
But you've
them.
done a story on Twitter before. I've seen yours. But can you see like on Instagram how many people have viewed it? Can you see who's viewing it?
I can on
you
Instagram.
Can.
I can.
But you can't on Twitter?
No. But I can't see how many people have viewed yours. It'll just say thousands of others.
So Twitter does nothing to boost your self-confidence.
That's exactly right. And that's their whole point. And they can kiss my butt. We'll be right back. Man, oh man, oh man. How time flies. A lot of people were on the other night and they were saying we wish this show was an hour long. Obviously, we can't do that because we are on linear television on Hulu.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not on Hulu. We're on, what are we on? Pluto. Sorry, Pluto. Pluto, channel 138. Everything is Roku and Hulu and Pluto.
You need a smart everything, smart
and
remote.
Yakubuians and all of this.
You need one of those extra 20 minutes after each show. You can only get exclusive kind of thing.
Just really unleash.
Let's go to my house.
Really
and party.
unleash.
Like Stu and Pat did the fourth hour for a while, and that's exactly that. They answered questions, did Q&As, talked about stuff that Glenn wouldn't talk about.
Yeah, just smoke them.
Smoke them up.
Smoke them.
Like a rack of ribs.
We'd set Twitter Bird on fire.
Yeah.
We'd have to have a new Twitter Bird every episode. Just set it on fire.
Yeah, it would be sponsored by Parler, of course.
Parler, yeah. And the people have caught a lot of crap for going over on Parler. Every day I get a thing, why aren't you on Parler? I am. You're not looking for me, at Watch Chad.
Yeah.
We're all on Parler. And people catch a lot of crap saying, well, it's just an echo chamber. It's a place for conspiracy theories. It's a place for you conservatives to get together. And then don't worry about it.
That's what I like about it.
What you worried about? I mean, I don't like the fact that there's not more pushback on it. I like getting the.
You like them riled up.
I like the crazies.
Do you want to hang out with friends that are constantly just battling with you, or you want?
Well, also, but you also don't want to be in a place where everybody's always agreeing with you because that's not interesting.
He likes people to agree with him.
You gotta spice it up a little bit.
It all depends. All depends. So, you know where Hot News Natalie is tonight?
Where is she?
She is lost in her mansion.
I was gonna say she's probably been mopping
she probably
the
is
floor
stuck on
for
her
8
elevator.
days.
She's like Alice in Wonderland at this point. The Cheshire Cat just pops up every now and then, goes, whatever he says.
I think we should have the Christmas party at her new house because she's been sending us progress pics. Better Home and Gardens. Call Natalie for a spread.
Yeah. It's a nice house.
It's gorgeous.
Go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. We appreciate the support. BlazeTV.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. Follow Lisa Page, Made Me Do It, Party Foul Nation, and Crazy Kyle. Love it. Love y'all. God bless you. Talk to you next time. Bye.